On May 29, 1953, the 8,848 meters tall world's highest mountain, Mount Everest, was successfully ascended by Tenzing Norgay and Sir Edmund Hillary. Since then, Nepal has become a favorable destination for mountaineers and trekkers from around the world. And why not, as 8 of the top 10 highest mountains lie in Nepal. Along with these towering and handsome mountains, Nepal is blessed with hundreds of small peaks and hills. Adventure seekers and nature lovers from around the globe visit Nepal every year to experience the mystical mountains up close and personal. There are many trekking routes which are being regularly used by trekkers, but it is always adventurous to find a new route and travel through a virgin territory. Likewise, 5,177 meters tall Lumba Sumba Peak, which lies inside Kanchenjunga Conservation Area of Taplejung, hasn't yet become a popular destination, but the beauty of the peak and pass of Lumba Sumba is second to none. For trekkers looking for new adventure and new route, this Lumba Sumba Pass is a perfect trail. To reach Lumba Sumba, we first need to take a flight from Kathmandu, capital of Nepal, to Bhadrapur, which is in Chapa district. There are regular flights to Bhadrapur from Kathmandu. Domestic airlines do a daily flight and it takes approximately 45 minutes. After landing in Bhadrapur, we need to travel by hired jeep or the local bus to Taplejung. The ride from the terrain region of Bhadrapur Chapa towards the hilly Taplejung is quite smooth. It takes about 7 hours. Good pitched road, beautiful scenery and tea gardens on both sides of the road refreshes your ride. After reaching Phoomling, headquarters of Taplejung, you can relax in good hotels and lodges. The first station of Lumba Sumba trekking trail is Phoomling, and as mentioned earlier, it lies in Taplejung district. Taplejung is located in northeastern parts of Nepal, bordering India in the east and China in the north. Here most of the population is involved in agriculture and vegetation. Vegetation zones that range from subtropical to temperate forests, alpine meadows, snow and ice. Himalayan peaks of heights above 7,000 meters and a wide range of flora and fauna makes Taplejung one of the most beautiful places in Nepal. Beauty of the place is attracting tourists and locals are aware of it. There are already around 200 hotels registered in the district and different organizations have been giving training regarding guides and porters to encourage locals in tourism and trekking jobs. And if you are lucky to arrive Phoomling on a market day, which happens on Tuesdays and Saturdays, then you can meet and mingle with locals from surrounding villages as well and get a first-hand knowledge of local food, culture and environment.
मेरो नाम फुलमाया कता बस्नुहुन्छ अब म माथि बस्छु आज यस्तै ल्याएको आज त यही आलु ल्याए नि आलुको बिउ किन्नु मिल्नु आको नि यो आलु त अहिले भन्नु हुँदैन कसिङ्ग्रै बराबर हो 40 रुपैयाँ भने के हो 40 रुपैयाँ पाथी
नाङ्लो सुर्ती अनि खोर्सानी यहाँ चुरा पनि अलिकति रहेछ यो ला
Locals of Phoomling are very friendly and they will make you feel welcome and entertain you with their traditional dances. Be it a Sherpa dance or a Gurung dance, you can enjoy it wholeheartedly and can even join in and experience it yourself. Day 1 starts from Phoomling, also known as the 0 point. Phoomling is at the height of 1,777 meters and you actually have to descend to a height of 909 meters to get to Mitlung. Walking is relaxing as the route is surrounded by dense green leaves of cardamom on downside along with alnos trees on the uphill side till Hangdewa Vidisi. Trekkers have to walk downhill till they reach a suspension bridge. The suspension bridge is the end point of Hangdewa Vidisi. Phurumbu Vidisi starts from here. And after crossing the bridge, you need to take a 10 minutes walk and you will reach Pawa Gaon. This is a suitable place for lunch. It takes around 3.5 hours walk from Phoomling to reach Pawa Gaon. The trek route from Pawa Gaon onwards is up and down. The route is paved with stones so it is easier to walk. The walk is a bit romantic as it is along the Tamor river. The first day's destination is Mitlung and after 2 hours walk from Pawa Gaon you reach Mitlung. Mitlung is a small village comprising of around 20 houses. Limbu and Rai people live here. There is enough space for camping. These private-owned camping sites have good facilities of water, kitchen and dining hall. After having breakfast, you can head off from Mitlung towards Phurumbu. The trek is refreshing as the walk is along the bank of Tamor river. After walking for around 40 minutes, you will reach Phurumbu. From then onwards, you need to walk uphill. A half an hour of uphill walk will lead you to a resting place, Chautara. The trekking route gradually runs down through a mixed forest consisting mainly of alnas and Sima Walachiana. A total of 3 hours of walk and you will reach the lunch place for the day. The place is called Siwa Bazaar and it lies in Linkim Vidisi. Though Siwa Bazaar is small, it's very adequate. It has a small market and other facilities of medical, police station and groceries as well. After lunch, the walk along the bank of Tamor river leads you to Tawa village. Tawa village has a small tea shop where you can get a taste of a very local Nepali tea. An uphill trek route starts from this point. After 2.5 hours of walk, you reach K-Cap entrance gate at Thiwa village. From the entrance gate, the trek gradually runs down. You need to walk for around 40 minutes to reach the camping site of day 2. This place's name is Chirua. Chirua has a small market with couple of lodges. You can find homestay facility here as well, or if you want, can also camp. Chirua is situated at the height of 1246 meters.
टुरिस्टहरू त अब खास गरेर अब असोज कार्तिक मङ्सिरसम्म हिँड्छन् दिनमा अब टुरिस्ट सङ्ख्याहरू अब बढीमा त्यही 30-35 र कम्तीमा 10-12 जनासम्म चाहिँ हुन्छ बस्नको लागि अहिले खास गरेर दुईटा होटल मात्रै हो यो कञ्चनजङ्घा होटल भनेर यहाँ खोलिएको छ अनि मास्तिर तामाङ गेस्ट हाउस भनेर त्यति दुईटा मात्रै अहिलेसम्म चाहिँ छ तर यहाँ अब होमस्टे बनाउनु भनेर चाहिँ अब सबैजनालाई सल्लाह चाहिँ दिइराखेको पनि छौँ तर उहाँहरूले अब अहिले खास चासो चाहिँ दिइराखेको छैन अरू घरले चाहिँ अब दुई घर मात्रै यहाँ अब चासोको साथ चाहिँ दुई घरले मात्रै गएको छ
Indigenous people of Rai and Limbu caste respect nature as God. There are big stones in Chirua where locals do puja. When you start your third day's trek from Chirua, you walk past these big stones. The trekking again runs through the bank of Tamor River. The route is accompanied by green alnus trees. After 1 hour of walk, you come across a landslide, and one needs to be careful while passing through the big landslide. It takes around half an hour to cross, and trekkers should always check if there is anything falling from the top. After crossing the landslide and walking for a couple of hours, you will reach the lunch place. You reach Tapethok after crossing through beautiful cardamom garden, wooden bridges and green forests. After having lunch, the trail is smooth for 1 hour as you just have to walk along the bank of Tamor River. But once you reach Pembu, the trekking trail becomes a bit steep. You need to climb uphill for 2.5 hours till you reach Lelep. Lelep is the camping site of the third day. Lelep is also the headquarters of K-Cap. This place, which lies at 1687 meters, has got hotels, grocery shops, police station, local tea shops which serve suchia. This is a special Sherpa tea. Along with tea leaves, ghee or butter, salt and sugar is added, which gives an interesting tangy taste.
चिया चाहिँ एकदम मिठो होला सायद है तर यो अलिक नखाइएको चिया परेछ जो हेल्थको लागि राम्रै हुने चिया होला तर खानु सकेन हो सर
चिया त मिठो है दामी होला रियल टेस्ट
Setting off for the fourth day of trekking, you need to now realize that from here onwards, you will be climbing up and fast as well. 2.5 hours of walking will take you to Goatar. This is the lunch place for day 4. There are few houses at Goatar and mainly Sherpa people living here. 5 minutes walk from Goatar and you come across this movable stone. This stone is religiously worshipped and it is believed by locals that only the blessed people can move this stone. After a walk of half an hour, you come across two beautiful falls. This one is called Fedi Jharna and it is 18 meters long. The cold water of Fedi Jharna goes and meets Tamor river. From here onwards, you need to walk uphill. Around 2 hours of walking after lunch, you will reach 4th day's resting place. The camping site is at Ila Dada. Ila Dada is at the height of 2051 meters. Food is great. Local vegetable tastes refreshing.
दाल पाउँछ सब्जी आलु सब्जी अनि साग यता चाहिँ साग फल्छ आलु फल्छ जौ फल्छ वा गहुँ मकै त्यति फल्छ
Observing a good view of Kasturi Peak, you start your 5th day. The 5th day's trek starts from Ila Dada and you will be walking for about 5 hours till you reach your destination of the day, Selep Kharka. Along the trail, you see beautiful alnas and rhododendron forests. You can also see wild monkeys in here. You will come across dense bamboo plants, which are the famous Red Panda habitat at Kanchenjunga Conservation Area KCA. But to see the Red Panda, you need to be very lucky, as these animals are very much people and camera shy. For lunch, you need to walk 3.5 hours till you reach Magua. But after lunch, it's just about 1 hour and 14 minutes walk and you will reach Selep Kharka. This is a complete camping place. There are no houses around. There are grass fields for camping and firewoods can be collected from riverbank. On the 6th day, you leave the peaceful Selep Kharka behind and head towards Olangchung Gola. Today, you need to escalate nearly 700 meters. Nonetheless, the trek is exciting.
अहिलेसम्म चाहिँ सजिलो छ र अब भोलिदेखि चाहिँ हाम्रो अलि गाह्रो बाटोमा हामी प्रवेश गर्छौं किनभने हिजो अस्तिको मौसमले गर्दाखेरि हिउँ धेरै आएको हुनाले हामी चाहिँ अलिक कठिनाइ नै पर्छ क्रस गर्नलाई भोलि चाहिँ आजलाई चाहिँ बिस्तारै बिस्तारै हामी 1 घण्टामा त्यहाँ पुग्छौं र आजको क्याम्प गर्छौं ओलाङचुङ गोला
And you will have your lunch in this beautiful forest as well. The lunch place is called Ramite. From Ramite, a walk of 1 hour will lead you to the beautiful waterfall, Tamur Waterfall. There is a chance of seeing Red Panda here, so while walking, you need to walk very silently. After walking for about 5 hours throughout the day, you will reach Olangchung Gola.
ठिकै लागिरहेछ अलिक हाइटमा चढिँदैछ अलिक गाह्रो गाह्रो जस्तो महसुस भइरहेछ जस्तो रमाइलोसँग आइन्दैछ अहिलेसम्म हिउँमा झन्डै चिप्ल्यो अघि केयर गरेर हिँड्नु पर्ने रहेछ सास पनि बढ्ने रहेछ जस बिस्तारै गन्तव्यसम्म पुगेला जस्तो छ।
There are around 45 houses, and all the residents are Sherpa people. A special attraction of this place is a 465 years old monastery, Dikicholing Gumba, which is believed to be the second oldest monastery of Asia. Inside this Buddhist monastery, you can observe ancient art and examine a very rare gold-written manuscript. The small town of Olangchung Gola has K-Cap office, sub-health post, border police station and a primary school as well. Olangchung Gola is the last village till you cross the Lumba Sumba Pass. So, from the 7th day of trek till the 10th day, you will need to camp your tents in nearby forests and mountains. From Olangchung Gola onwards, you will be walking on snow. So it is wiser to have warm socks, warm gloves and most importantly, waterproof boots. It is also better to take local Sherpa from Olangchung Gola since the trek is not distinct. However, you will come across piles of stones showing the direction. You need to strictly follow one pile to another. Big forest snow caps harbor wild animals as well. You might be able to see snow leopards and Himalayan thar. After walking 2.5 hours, you will reach the lunch place. The place is called Jadak and it is at 3,596 meters height. After lunch, the travel is much the same as earlier. You need to stick together and walk together as the path is not very clear in the snow. After walking for 3 more hours, you will reach the camping site of day 7. The site is at the height of 3,893 meters and it is called Matilo or Upper Langmale. The 8th day of trek is one of the hardest as you have to climb from 3,893 meters to 4,700 meters. So to climb 800 meters, you need to be focused. Matilo Langmale is the area of wildlife, so there is a chance for an encounter with snow leopard or Himalayan thar. Over here as well, you walk along the bank of Tamor River. This whole area is renowned for rhododendron. In a season when there is less snow, you can admire the beauty of nature. The 8th day's lunch place is Thangchetar.
माई गॉड एकदम रमाइलो भइरहेछ दुःख पनि भइरहेछ हिउँमा टेको खोला हुँदो रहेछ तल खोलामा पनि देख्थ्यो खुट्टा चिसो भइरहेछ हात पनि कटकट खाइरहेछ तै पनि रमाइलो भइरहेछ
Walking through this route, you need to save your water and food as there aren't villages to collect it. It takes nearly 6.5 hours to complete the trek for the day. The camping site is called Pass Camp and it is at the height of 4,713 meters. This camping site is just by the Lumba Sumba peak. This is the main day of the 17-day trek. This day, you pass through Lumba Sumba Peak. As you need to acclimatize with the weather and not waste any time, you need to walk slowly but steadily. Making lunch can be tricky in high wind, so it is a better idea to take a packed lunch. From the height of 4,713 meters, you need to climb up to 5,177.44 meters, then pass through to the other side of Lumba Sumba Peak. The peak is beautiful in itself, and the view from the top is simply breathtaking. You can clearly see Mount Kanchenjunga towering above other range of mountains. You can also see the whole range of Mount Kumbakarna and Mount Makalu as well. It takes about 3 hours to reach to the top. Once you cross the peak, you reach Sankhuasava district. Walking down the peak is more interesting as you can clearly see Himalayan Thars, and during summer season, the hills are covered with green dense small plants. So after a trek of 6 hours, you will reach Chauri Kharka. On the 10th day of trek, you will be going down from 4,595 meters to 3,571 meters. Because it is nearly 1,000 meters downhill trek, you will feel at ease. Thudam is a small village comprising of around 25 houses. People here are mostly Bhote and they speak their own local language and are not used to Nepali language. Illiteracy seems to be the problem of this backward place. The people here make their living by selling timber from the nearby forests to the Tibetans.
अलिकति प्रदेश डुलेको हुनाले अलिकति नेपाली बोल्न आएको नभए आउँदैन काम चाहिँ यस्तै हो अब चौरी पालन के जडीबुटीहरू खन्यौ माथि टिबेटतिर बेच्यौ अनि यताउता डुल्यौ यताउता अलिअलि गरेर खाने साह्रै काम छैन हाम्रो
Moving on from Thudam, you need to pack your lunch and water properly and carry it with you. You will be walking through steep hills. Though the trekking route is not very difficult to walk, it is still hard to find water. The route goes along bank of river Chuzung Khola. It takes 6 hours to reach your camping site of the day. Kharga is located at the height of 2,877 meters. The 12th day's trek runs through a dense forest of bamboo, so you need to be very careful while walking. Following the guide properly and walking in pack helps a lot. You will come across lots of small paths leading to different places, so always ask your guide and follow the proper route. After walking for 3 hours, you will reach the lunch place, Chauri Kharga. 3 hours of walk and you reach your destination of the day. It is Chamtang. Chamtang is a Sherpa village comprising of around 25 houses. You can taste the local food, dido, which can be made of barley, millet and maize. Spicy potato and mixed vegetable along with dido can give you a real taste of local Nepali food.
अनि यो हामीले अब धेरै दिनपछि अब यो ढिँडो खाएको छ एकदम टेस्ट एकदम फरक छ धेरै मिठो छ
यो एकदम नयाँ टेस्ट अब विशुद्ध नेपाली खाना मजै भइरहेको छ समूहमा बसेर खान
After taking off from Chamtang, it takes 2.5 hours to reach lunch place, Gimbar village. The trail is nice as you will be walking past different villages. The view of Arun River looks beautiful, and so does Mount Makalu range. Water facility till Gimbar village is excellent, but you need to fill up your bottle as there is scarcity of water till you reach Hatia. It takes 3 hours to reach camping site Hatia from Gimbar village. Hatia is the entry point of Mount Makalu National Park. It is a small village where Pote people reside. From Hatia, the trek runs through the bank of Arun River till the camping site Gola. While descending, you will find some tea shops and small grocery shops as well. Lunch place is at Barun Dovan, place where Arun River meets Barun River. It takes 2.5 hours to reach there from Hatia. Over here, you can sit by the river and relax. If you are a good swimmer, you can dip in or just bathe safely. From lunch place, it takes 2.5 hours more to reach the camping site at Gola. Gola is a small village with around 45 houses. It is a local business hub. Locals from surrounding villages come over here to buy and sell foods, clothes and household stuffs. Sherpa, Rai, Gurung and Tamang people reside in here. The trek of day 15 is mostly horizontal and you walk by the Arun River. The lunch place for the day is Pathivara. It takes 2.5 hours to reach Pathivara from Gola. Pathivara is a small village with tea shops, grocery shops and small lodges and hotels. After the lunch, the walk is beautiful and smooth as you walk along paddy fields. You walk past few villages, water resources and agricultural fields till you reach Gadi, your destination for the 15th day. It takes nearly about 3 hours of walk after lunch to reach Gadi. The word Gadi means fort, and Hedanga Gadi is a fort where Tibet and Nepal had historic battles. Hedanga Gadi is a well-structured village with health post, school, police station and small village label market. The 16th day is the last day trek. It takes 2.5 hours to reach Num from Gadi. From Gadi, you need to walk downhill for 300 meters till you reach Arun River, and after crossing it, you need to walk uphill for nearly 700 meters to reach Num. This might be a bit tiring, but you can relax once you reach Num. Num is a focal point of Sankhua Sabha. It has government offices, police station, market area and hotels.
यो ट्रायल चाहिँ धेरै राम्रो छ तर अझै अब गर्नुपर्ने चाहिँ क्याम्पहरू बनाउने बाटाहरूलाई बनाउने अब चाहिँ हाम्रो अब तान भयो अरू संस्थाहरूले चाहिँ गर्नुपर्छ अझै मेहनत गर्नुपर्छ अलिकति तर बाटो भ्यूहरू चाहिँ धेरै राम्रो छ ट्रायलहरू तर माथि हामीले अब अलिअलि हिउँ पर्यो तर यो त अब खास त हिउँ पर्ने सिजनै हो अब स्प्रिङ मार्च अप्रिल अनि सेप्टेम्बर अक्टोबर इट्स द बेस्ट ट्रेक.
From Num, you can catch a jeep to Khandbari, headquarters of Sankhua Sabha district. The ride takes about 5 hours. In Khandbari, you get buses and jeeps to Tumlingtar Airport. There are daily flights from Tumlingtar to Kathmandu. You can also take a bus from Khandbari to Dharan, and from there onwards, you can take a bus to Kathmandu. This ends your trek to the beautiful Lumba Sumba Pass, The trek is adventurous as well as memorable. You will experience the scenic beauty of the Himalayas and bond with the local culture too. This is an experience not to be missed.